Hello, this is Kathleen Flynn at the law offices at Kathleen M Flynn, LLC in Decatur, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. We handle Social Security disability applications, including SSI applications for adult and children, SSDI applications, also called DIB applications, disabled widows and widowers applications, child insurance benefits, and disabled adult child benefits. After over 25 years of handling these cases, about 10 years or more, we've been handling veterans service connected benefits as we handle a lot of the Social Security disability claims for these veterans. We will handle appeals and go as far as the Board of Veterans Appeals. So today I'm going to focus on why is my case taking so long at the Social Security Administration's DDS or DAS initial and reconsideration levels. After all these years of over 25 years of practicing, I've never seen such delays in Georgia at the initial and reconsideration levels. It used to take approximately 3 to 6 months to process these cases. And you can look at some of my other videos that I've posted explaining why there are delays and how to get your case moved faster. Today, I'm going to focus on average processing times and some other tips. So when we check on the status of a claim in Georgia, we have to dial a number that it may be up to an hour for a status, because we used to submit customized reports and they no longer have the staff to tell us the status on the reports of each client. My assistant does get some limited information in emails, but nothing like what we used to get, which adjudicator it was assigned to, or whether it's marked homeless. So after calling the status line all these months, we ask what's the average time, because we have the client on the line sometimes and they want to know. It's now gone from 8 months to up to 12 months before it's even assigned to an adjudicator. And that doesn't include the time that your application or your appeal sits at the field offices, also called Social Security district offices. So if you have somebody that's overwhelmed working one of those offices and they take 6 months to process your appeal or your application and move it to DAS or DDS, then you have an additional time of 8 to 12 months before it's assigned to an adjudicator. I've written a blog on this that I think they should give credit for the time sitting at the district office, because it's not fair to you if you have somebody at the district office who's been assigned to your case and they don't move the file fast enough to DDS or DAS. At least in Georgia, they told us you don't get credit for that time, whereas the hearing offices here in Georgia, they will give you credit towards the time that it sits at the field offices. In other words, if you file a request for hearing and it sits at the field office, also called district office, for 6 months, they will include that time in the wait time to get assigned to a judge, but they won't do that in Georgia at the DAS, initial or reconsideration level. So just to give you an idea, Social Security came out with some figures in February of this year, and according to those figures, at the initial level, there's a wait time of 211 days. And at the reconsideration level, there's a wait time of 210 days. The national average, according to Drew Ferguson, who's the chair on the House Ways and Means Committee handling Social Security disability claims, it's 220 days on average. And that's 100 days, according to Drew Ferguson, longer than in 2019, and 150 days longer than the Social Security Administration's minimal level of performance. Over 150 days more than their minimal level of performance. And currently, as of October of 2023, based on facts from USAFacts, which is a nonpartisan apolitical site that I found online, there were 1.14 million applications filed across the country in just October of this year. to add to the backlog. And you can visit one of the videos that I've done to find out the reasons for the backlog, but one of the main reasons is the lack of staff. And according to USAFacts, today they're at the lowest staffing level at DAS and DDS that they've ever been in 25 years. And that includes, I've been told they've lost adjudicators, they've lost doctors who perform evaluations, physical consultative evaluators or mental evaluators, and also the doctors who review the files. So lowest staff in 25 years. According to USAFacts, President Biden has increased 10% the funding from this year to next year. It's $1.4 billion, but I think it's easier to understand if you look at it as a 10% increase. At the local field offices, they put funding into a new program, Mobile Express check-in, where you take your cell phone and you scan a QR code. I used to, when I first started, go to the Social Security district offices to see how they functioned, and I took a ticket. I would wait outside before they opened. And I don't really see a big difference and don't understand why all the money was invested in this. What they'll do is alert you to come to the window to talk to a worker at the field office, also called the district office, when your number comes up, and they'll alert you on your phone versus them calling you. I guess you might miss it if they call you, or they'll tell you if you went to the wrong field office on your phone. But other than that, I don't see why those funds couldn't have gone to hiring more staff, since they are at the lowest level they've been in 25 years. So during this time, there is one thing that you could have happen to at least give you some money while you're waiting, but we have no control over this. It's the adjudicator that would flag it for presumptive benefits. So you could get benefits for up to 6 months, and then you would have to pay those benefits back if you're awarded out of your back pay. And such claims as an amputation above the hip might result in a flagging of presumptive benefits, blindness, or if you're bedridden due to a long-standing condition, not just a recent accident. So that's something that could help you while you're waiting. In Georgia, we also have something called general assistance. I don't hear too many clients getting that now, but it's usually for impoverished clients like our homeless clients, and they go to the DFACS office and they apply for general assistance. And I understand that they can't get through to workers, and it's hard to hear what the status of the general assistance applications are. But just to give you an idea why there are long delays, and I suggested in another video that you reach out to a congressperson and give you the number, but you have to fill out an authorization and communicate with them directly because we're not the constituent. So we have some clients that are looking for a lot of different options. They might have just gotten laid off, and we don't want to take any cases where somebody's intending to go back to work within a year, because you have to be out of work for a year, or the disability has to be expected to last a year. And so please don't contact us if you're intending to go back to work. So if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. We'll give our contact information at the end of the slide. We try to answer as many phone calls as possible. We all answer the phones because we know you're dealing with enough stress with these long delays and dealing with other agencies. If you're going through this, you're probably dealing with the food stamp agency, or you have trouble with housing. We know how difficult it could be. All right, well, thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. We're also going to attach a survey. If you would respond to us, telling us how long you waited at the initial level. I'm asking new clients this, or at the reconsideration level before you received a decision. Oh, and another thing is if you're in Georgia, your case might be sent out of state. We have a lot of them sent to Baltimore and Birmingham. We, during COVID, had a number sent to California. And according to USAFacts, the longest wait times are in the South. And I'd like to explore that reason. I'm not sure why more people are maybe applying in the South, or they have lower staffing in the South. I'd like to find that out, and that might be mentioned in a future video. So stay tuned, and thank you for taking the time to listen to this, and you have a good evening, or if you listen to this during the day, have a good rest of the day.